I always say, and my cousin always says, Canada was built on the back of a canoe, right? The First Nations people, like, you know, built canoes and then helped the non-Indigenous people who came over travel in them, right? There are certain things about the way that you can manipulate wood to take a certain curve or create a certain line that is very hard to create in a synthetic material. You would think that wouldn't be true, but it allows for a really clean and smooth reaction on the water, and it's just quiet. You end up hearing the stroke of the paddle moving through the water instead of the canoe moving through the water. It just allows you to be in the environment so delicately and quietly.
This is a story about a traditional, slow, strenuous and all-female adventure. 40 days spent canoe tripping in the Canadian wilderness, using leather tumplines, wooden wanagon boxes, wood canvas canoes, and real food cooked over open fires. It's also about the joy of nature and what happens when young women and teenagers get together far from the stresses of everyday life.
We're close.
At the heart of this tale is an American summer camp, but not as you know it. Established in 1893, Keewaydin is one of the oldest operating summer camps in North America. Base camp is a collection of old wooden cabins on Lake Temagami and looks much the same now as it did in the early 1900s. As a youth camp, Keewaydin aims to build character, self-reliance and confidence. But as an institution, it also preserves heritage canoe travel.
My name's Bruce Ingersoll. I'm the director here at Keewaydin. We only do one thing. We go on canoe trips, and we're really good at it. And because it's all we know how to do, and it appeals to a, I want to use the word peculiar, but that not in a negative way, but it to a particular individual who it just, you fall in love with it.
The first American summer camps popped up in the 1800s and presented themselves as a natural alternative to an encroaching industrial society. An anecdote to too much indoorness and mollycoddling. Keewaydin founder A.S. Greg Clark said, "The training and discipline he receives in being so close to nature and in learning to meet the conditions of a primitive life, such an experience cannot fail to increase a boy's manliness and self-reliance." For the first 105 years, Keewaydin was only for boys and men. But for just over 20 years, girls and women have been allowed to join the ranks.
The first year of the girls program started in 1999. Myself and a couple other women came up to help start the program. And it wasn't until I got there that I realized the staff community, the male staff community, had very mixed feelings about girls being there. Keewaydin was 105 years old. It had been boys only for 105 years. And all of a sudden, by introducing women, a lot of things were going to change. I also do think there was, a lot of question if women could actually do canoe tripping the way Keewaydin does canoe tripping. Could they really handle it? Will you be able to keep pace with the routes in which we travel? Or will you need a little easier trip because what we do is too hard for you? I think all of that was really there. There probably was other ways to get them to understand that it wasn't a problem, but it to me seemed the most simple and direct path was that we just needed to do it exactly the way they did it. And then they wouldn't have anything to question. And I knew we could. There was no doubt.
So I'm keen to know why. Why something established over 105 years ago to promote manliness and roughing it in the woods is relevant to teenage girls today. I find myself wondering what kind of teenage girl would really want to forgo all of life's luxuries and spend their summer in the wilderness. And yet knowing as a teenager, I probably would have been one of them. So do you tell your friends what you do over summer?
I try to explain it to them. They have no idea what it is. Like, I describe to them, yeah, we carry our food in wanigans. They're like, what's a It's a big box. How do you carry a big box on your head? They don't get it. They think it's cool, though, but I don't think any of them would want to come out here. Well, maybe some of them. You really don't know until you, like, what it's about until you come to camp and experience it yourself.
So I had most of these girls last summer for Section 3, which was in Ontario, and it was sunny pretty much every day. We had quite a few rest days, so it was a lot more type 1 fun. And then this summer, coming into it, they were all definitely nervous. They're all definitely nervous for the summer just because it's a big transition year from tripping in Ontario to Quebec.
The plan is a 600-mile drive north, largely on gravel road, and then a lengthy canoe trip covering 400 miles in 40 days, with one resupply via float plane.
And then...
Is this a campsite?
I can't tell. I think it's a connecting portage. That's what I was looking at this guy.
Mm.
Travelling southwest, we'll follow a network of streams, lakes, rivers and muskeg bogs until we reach the expansive Lake Mistassini and make the final crossing. We drive for 2.5 days to what really is the end of the road in the middle of nowhere. From here, a float plane will be the only way in and out of trip.
Okay, so now hold it and put it on the back of your head like you just did. Okay, and now hold it, flip your arms. Nice, okay, and now stand up from your legs and twist. You got it, you got it, you got it. Nice, nice. How'd that feel? You know, not the best, but looked good though. Nice job. Thank you.
The first time they put on that wanigan, usually it's pain and misery for like the first 3 or 4 days, but then you see other girls helping them out and teaching them techniques and, you know, different tumping. You know, oh, you should shorten your tump strap. That's really long. That looks really painful. Oh, it is? Okay, so like here.
As soon as we're on the water, I sense a lightness, an ebbing of woes. It's what we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, nice. Woo! That was close.
The girls are busy, and as I watch, I'm thinking about who might have travelled this route before us, who might have camped at this very spot, and what tales they would have to tell. Call me an old romantic, but travelling in this traditional way feels like a shared experience, like we're inherently part of something much bigger.
Well, we just got to our first campsite, so it's a lot of organizing, so it looks incredibly messy right now. Slowly getting it together. Dinner's being cooked. Girls are doing wood crew. Tents were set up. They're also tumping their canoes for portaging.
The trip starts off quite gentle. The girls make delicious cornbread served with honey and chili, and I get to sleep on a cloud of caribou moss.
I've been like focusing a lot on my breath, which sounds really dorky and like yoga, whatever, but like taking a deep breath. And you know when you get like a full breath and it's like when you yawn, that type of breath has been really helpful when I'm under the boat. And I have gotten to the point where I like wanted to cry and scream and like, ugh. It's just like really difficult and you don't want to put down because then it's like takes that more energy to like get it back up on your head and like takes two other people. And so I'd say like focusing on my breath and the fact that we're all doing it and it's not just me doing it, it's like everyone else is holding a boat or holding a load.
The girls gradually hone their technique. They're getting stronger. But the terrain is unrelentingly tricky. It trips us up and pushes us back again and again. Whoa, you okay? Picking yourself up time after time takes its toll. You nearly passed it. Go, yeah, past it.
Capture that on film.
I have, yeah.
Oh, God.
Should I help you up?
There's a mosquito on your eyebrow.
Is that right? Mine is healthy. Mine is healthy.
Okay, here we are. We're on a trail. Day 26 of trip. It is a nice, beautiful, sunny day. And we are starting our second load of our 900-meter portage around a really beautiful rapid.
Under a boat or carrying a heavy load, we can each be in our own painful state of turmoil, mentally and physically pushing ourselves on, cursing, breathing deep, crying. And then at the end, as the weight drops from our head and shoulders, there is an emotional high, an instantaneous euphoric feeling, a personal and collective sense of achievement. A portage allows us to travel around falling water or link together lakes, and they're usually ancient trails established by trappers and the First Nations people of Canada. We're travelling in Cree territory now, and as our experiences mesh with theirs, the route is kept open. We look for a blaze on a tree made with a single axe cut, or strips of bandana marking the path. You practice, you perfect your tump, and travelling is easier. It even begins to feel comforting. A slow, steady and grounding weight in which you can take pride in yourself for hauling.
Vulnerabilities sometimes are just seen as weaknesses and not as a learning opportunity. And I think these girls are given so many learning opportunities that you have to push through. Like, you're gonna finish the portage even if it sucks, because we have to move, and then we have another portage. So it's cool that no matter how hard or how much you're failing at something, you're gonna succeed at the end of the day. Like, it's almost a guarantee. Or if it's not today, it's gonna be tomorrow, because we have 40 days of this. I think it's just a wonderful time for them to realize that it's okay to be imperfect.
I think it's really building us up as like women. It's making those bonds that are unforgettable, those relationships. But then it's also showing that, like, you know, we are capable. We're capable, we can trip. Yeah, the guys are stronger, we get that, but we can do it just as good, right?
Slowly, I realise I am beginning to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. Another beautiful morning in northern Quebec, 5:30. Woke up, something's wrong with this eye, not quite sure what. Maybe a bug bite. So, whoop whoop. On the East Main River, we found big rapids. Scouting and memorising routes was essential.
You'll get a little hit from the right. Okay, good job. Nice big hit. Nice.
Are we just gonna put banana chips and brown sugar on bread line?
I know some of the girls are from bigger cities. For them to come here and to be outside and be so joyful in the hard work is such a wonderful thing to see. It makes you realize how lucky you are to be in these places and how much you want these places to stay these places and these opportunities to be given to other people to sort of just become your natural self, you know, not worry about other things or, you know, how something should look.
Ah, she won. I won too. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Go out!
Yeah, let's add brown sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Katie's turn.
Alex, what babies do you take?
To the majestic loon. Please, please, please give us very, very good weather today so that we can cross Mistacity. We give you this half piece of bacon to not give us really bad weather or headwinds or just really rough water so we can safely cross Mistassini with nice weather. Thank you.
Hey! Let's hope it works. It's day, almost end of trip, and it's raining, and we just saw a moose, and it was pretty cool.
And a baby.
And a baby. Oh, I didn't see the baby. That's awkward. I was really far back. But it was really big, and the moose was all like, and like wouldn't move. And I feel really wet, and my pants are soaking wet. But I'm pretty happy because we're 1K away from Mistassini. We've reached it. Now we've just got to paddle across it.
Over 40 days, the girls have paddled over 400 miles together. And with a thunderstorm chasing us, we cross Lake Mistassini and Section 2 is nearly complete. An adventure set up to promote manliness and roughing it in the woods over 100 years ago has absolutely proven to be relevant to teenage girls today. Courage, strength, resilience, virility. When pushed, these girls have shown they have that in buckets.
We did it!
You build these relationships that are indescribable with the people that you're traveling with, and yeah, Section 2 is, it's a great trip. It really builds character, and it builds your strength as a tripper because it takes a lot to get through it, right? So, and you know now because you've been on one.
Memories of this summer will prove life-affirming should we ever doubt our own strength and resilience.
Just soaking it all up. This is the last portage of the trip. Everyone's gone across already, and I'm the last person to come through. Just taking in the silence, the fresh air. It's been wonderful and exhausting.
I wonder now what lies ahead for these teenage girls. What will they take from their time on trip to instill into their own lives? And how will the opportunities of this historic summer camp affect the lives of those following after?
It can pass you by. It can be your road, a road once traveling light. It can win.
There we go.
It can be a start. Shine a light, don't shy away. You've got more than it takes. You know. Shine a light, don't hide away. in mine. We're in this together, in this together.